What is going on, guys? Well, this past weekend, me and my wife were fortunate enough to be able to check out Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Florida in Orlando. This was the first time that me or her had ever been to a Halloween Horror Nights. It's something I've been hearing about, of course, for years. I've been wanting to go for years, but just could never really find the time to break away in October. Never really found the money laying around to be able to do it. And once I heard that they were doing a Chucky house and a Last of Us house, I had to go. This had to be the year that I checked it out for the first time. I had to break my cherry in 2023. So me and the wife went to go check it out. We saw all 10 houses in one night. Got to check out all the scare zones. We rode one ride in between all of those, and we're here to give you our experience. I filmed a lot of it. I filmed a lot of our reactions and all of our expectations going into these different houses. Apologies if there's any audio issues. I was using my hand recorder, and it's the first time I've ever used it outside without my lapel mic, and so there's a little bit of wind noise here and there, but it's not too bad. And we were also not allowed to film or take pictures inside of the houses, so I've been provided with some B-roll footage. I found some other footage on a few other channels on YouTube that were probably press being able to go in and record things before it was open to the public. For full disclosure, I was given 2 free admission passes and 2 free fast passes by Universal Orlando in order to make this video, but all of our opinions on all of these houses and the Horror Nights experience is all our own. There's nothing here that's influenced. There's nothing here there's any bullet points. This is all our honest thoughts. So gonna give you our experience, our thoughts on our first year at Halloween Horror Nights. Walking into our first haunted house. I think this was called Blood Moon Offerings. The wife was already screaming for a beer, so. We'll see. Breaking the cherry with Blood Moon Offerings. See you on the way out. So we just did Blood Moon Sacrifice. I'll let you talk first, because I'm the horror fan that's ready for everything. She's the one that's like, I'm gonna pee.
I just felt like I was gonna punch someone. They just jumped out and scared you. But I'm glad they don't grab you.
It was pretty tame. It was a good one to start with. It was very much like Resident Evil Village, to where it's like a bunch of different villagers, like an old town with sacrifices and black goats and shit, and then they got people in hoods that hop out and go, blah. Yeah. So it was cool. It's a good one to start with. Second house of the night is Dueling Dragons. Doesn't sound like it's going to be that crazy. It says, choose your fate, but no matter what you pick, you lose. What are you, red, blue, black, white, green?
I got to pick a dragon?
I don't know. take a piss without standing in a big ass line. At least they got some style. Gotham Ice Company, I like it. We're going to take a little break from the scares. Well, maybe. I don't know what this ride's got in store, but we're doing Revenge of the Mummy, based off the Brendan Fraser movie. You a fan of the Mummy? The Mummy Returns? Tomb of the Mummy Emperor Jet Li?
Nope.
Fucking loser. They've got a fucking Zoltar. I wish to be big. All right, Revenge of the Mummy, as somebody that grew up in Ohio and went to Cedar Point, is pretty tame, but it was cool. It's like an inside, in the dark, loop-de-loop roller coaster with pyrotechnics and little animatronics of all the different mummies and Imhotep coming out. It was cool if you're a fan of the Mummy. She don't like roller coasters.
They make me feel sick.
Was it pretty tame?
Yeah, except for it made me go backwards and fuck me up a little.
Yeah, the first thing they do is they jet you backwards and jolt you, and I was like, oh no, she's done, right out of the gate. Now we're walking into Yeti Campground Kills. Sounds like maybe like a slasher theme. It might be cool. I like the Yeti Ride at Disney World.
Me too. We'll see.
Yeti Ride was pretty damn cool. Of the three, that one was definitely the best jump scares. What do you think?
Yeah, it scared me.
They got her ass a lot.
Like,
She's holding behind me and she's like, oh damn, oh damn. Oh bullshit. It did, just a little bit. It was cool though. It was a campground setting, so it was like a little Friday the 13th flavor. You get Yeti people jumping out at you. You get like camp counselors with severed limbs, like coming out. It was cool. I like that one. Now we're getting ready to do, it says Jimmy Fallon, but it's actually Stranger Things. I've heard from a lot of people that this is the best one. This is the one to go to, so I'm excited.
Me too. We'll see.
We survived Vecna. There was no Demogorgons that I saw, but we survived Vecna. So
I saw one Demogorgon.
One Demogorgon? Okay,
Yeah,
so
at the end.
At the end. Was that the one that I was already past?
Yep.
Yeah, I missed that one.
It was super cool. I liked they had a part where, like in the trailer, where I forget his name. Ooh.
Eddie?
No. The guy that doesn't have the teeth. The funny thing. You know who I'm talking about. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know if that's his name. It's not Eddie.
Come on, woman.
Anyway, you can see him with the little blanky thing trying to get the stuff.
It more or less takes you through the story of season 4. You start off, and the first thing you go into, it's like, Chrissy, wake up! And then you get to see some of the inside of like the Vecna world. They've got the scene where she was talking about where they have the blanket tether from one world to the other. You can look up and see it. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't as scary as probably the Yeti one, but it was really cool if you're a fan of the show.
I liked it a lot.
the sick and the demented. So you are not worthy to take this immortal elixir.
Chucky stuff. I have been drawn in. So the hangry lady has now been fed after 45 minutes of trying to find anybody to fucking feed us. Now we're heading into Universal Monsters Unmasked, which should be cool. All the classics, Dracula, Frankenstein, Creature from the Black Lagoon, Invisible Man. What's your favorite?
Frankenstein.
I'm a Dracula guy. Let's see how fun this is. Universal Unmasked was pretty damn cool, although it was mostly Phantom of the Opera Unmasked. I'd hesitate to say all the other Universal monsters showed up. I did see the Invisible Man a couple of times. You didn't?
It's a joke.
She about broke my goddamn... Oh, I get it. No, sorry. She about broke my damn hand. She was getting so scared. So yeah, that one was pretty cool. They had some really good jump scares. Really cool, old school, black and white movies kind of atmosphere. Now we're going to try to get in line for The Last of Us. Yeah.
I'm excited for that one. But I did just hear some people come out of it, and they were saying great things. So I'm excited.
These I don't like at all.
Last of Us was the shit.
But the line was very long.
Yeah, it was like 5 times longer than any line that we've been through. Like you can see 115-minute wait versus 20-minute wait. And that's the one we're about to try now, the Darkest Deal. But Last of Us, pretty awesome. Like the makeup and the mask designs and everything for all of the clickers and the different infected and the bloaters. The bloaters scared me. Those are the ones that got the jump scare out of me because they can't.
And we got to see the spores too. The spores were pretty cool.
Yeah, the fog.
Yeah.
They have little skits where like Joel and Ellie are fighting the Raiders and stuff, like the In-N-Out Mart scene where the truck crashes. So that one was pretty fucking awesome. That might be my favorite so far. Pretty close tie with let's see, maybe Universal Monsters. Pretty awesome. So Darkest Deal, it looks like some kind of a Western. We'll see. So that last one was actually pretty cool. It wasn't a Western. It was like a haunted Louisiana Bayou blues singer, like a blues singer that like sold his soul or something. There was a lot of like vampire-looking people coming out with sharp teeth and shit. She was walking behind me and she squeezed my hand and screamed like at least 6 times. So I think that one and Universal is the one that scared you the most.
Yeah, and that's out of what I could see because some of it I closed my eyes.
Now we're in line for Dr. Oddfellow's Creepy Origins, something along those lines. Looks like a circus clown kind of deal.
So it's gonna be enough to scare me.
Yeah, this is the last one that we have that's not an IP. After this we got Chucky, and then we're gonna end with Exorcist, Not a Believer.
Welcome to Oddfellows!
Your souls have been distorted, and you are mine. Kill them!
All right, woman, what did you think of Mr. Oddfellow?
Well, this one I went first, and I was terrified the whole time.
She wanted to know if going first instead of leading behind me would have been better.
It wasn't.
That one was okay. It felt like there was a lot more like animatronic jump scares than actual people.
Yeah.
And
Had a lot of props on this one too.
yeah, and
makes sense.
my timing was bad on this one too, because when you walk through these things, you're walking through with like a group of 8 people, and so sometimes you'll see the jump scares coming because they'll jump out for the person or 2 people in front of you, and just about every scare was that way for me in this one. None of them actually were on me, so that one was cool. Now we're heading to the man himself, Chuckster. We got Chucky, and then we got Exorcist at the end. I'm hoping Chucky doesn't disappoint, because, I mean, for obvious reasons. I'm a Chucky fan, bitch. All right, we made it out of Chucky kill count. I had a lot of fun with that one. I was a little worried because I expected so much, but it was kind of like a tribute to all the kills in the franchise. And they had a couple of humans, like one person was playing Kyle. They had a few people that were like good guy employees that were getting killed by animatronic Chuckies. That was really cool. And the only thing I didn't like, there was a couple of like 9-foot Chuckies that came out with like a gigantic Funko Pop head. And I was like, stop. Don't give Don Mancini any ideas. We'll see that shit in season 4. What do you think?
I was not impressed with this one at all. Honestly, it was just all the little Chucky dolls. I thought this one was terrible.
What are you, fucking nuts?
Well, good God. Does anybody have a divorce lawyer? All right, Exorcist Believer, last house of the night. My feet have blisters. Her feet have blisters. What are you expecting?
To be scared, maybe?
Let's hope. I'm hoping there's going to be a lot more stuff from the first movie. Not too much from Believer, even though that's what it's called, but we'll find out. Roller coaster. Yeah. All right, well, we made it through Exorcist Believer. That was one of the less impressive ones for me. Not that I tried to walk in with too much of a low expectation because of the movie, but it's all basically the animatronics and different makeup and stuff from Believer. So it's just from that movie. There was one legitimately good scare that I know got you, where we walk into a tight hallway and both the little girls come at you from both sides.
Yeah, that one got me, and there was one when Reagan's sitting in the chair and she started like doubling over, and I thought she was gonna touch me, so I freaked out a little.
Before 10,000 people correct us, yeah, she hasn't seen the movie,
Oh,
so
sorry.
it's not Reagan.
Okay, well, that's
it's some other. I know, yes. And I used to call her Regan, so you actually did better than me.
Okay.
Nonetheless, it was okay. I think it would have been better if they would have mimicked it off of the first movie, but they got to market the new one, so it was a decent one to end on. As far as like overall experience, what'd you think of the night?
I had a great time. Some things were kind of confusing as far as finding food and like where the houses were laid out. We missed a few of them, but other than that, everything was good.
Yeah, they spread it across the entire park, so I love the assholes that just take up the entire sidewalk, their conversation. You ever have those? The whole park is spread out all around, so you'll have little sections where 2 or 3 houses are right next to each other, and then there's a long walk to get to one of them. There was 3 different ones in a row that we had. All the ones near The Last of Us, where the exit line feels like you got to walk all the way around the damn park to get back to where the middle of the park was.
Well, not only that, but there were several, I think, 2 different sets, so a total of 4 of them, which had the same exit line.
Yeah, so then you get really converged into like tighten it with people.
Yep.
Yeah, the food was a pain in the ass because there's a lot of these little kiosks, like these ones behind us over here, that are pretty cool and pretty easy, but they're all like really exotic foods. They're like Halloween themed, but they all got crazy ingredients. So we were looking for something a little more simple, and there was no like order here, pick up your food here. It was just a mass of people, and you'd be standing in the wrong line, wouldn't even know it. We couldn't figure out if we were supposed to order drinks at this window or food, so that was a little bit of a bitch. Other than that, it's been a fun night. I'll probably talk more about it whenever I'll probably do some other footage along with this, but I highly recommend getting the fast passes because we got here right after 7. Park opens at 6:30, closes at 2. We just got done with the last house and it's 1:40. And we only stopped to piss once, we only stopped to eat once, and we only stopped in 2 gift shops. So if you don't have fast passes, you're probably only going to see 2 or 3 of these houses a night, but it was a fun night. So just to wrap up with a couple of more thoughts, guys. I mean, we pretty much covered everything there at the end. I will say that your experience with these individual houses is absolutely going to depend on a bit of your luck and timing. You know, we went on a Saturday night where it was packed. I imagine that's most likely the busiest night of the week, and right in the middle of October, which I would imagine is the busiest time of the 2 months that this thing is open. And your experiences when you're walking through these houses is going to be different every single time you go through it, depending on where in line you are, depending on when you actually walk in. You know, these are timed and scripted scare moments, and so if somebody in front of you might get the best seat in the house for that scare, and you might kind of see it coming because of that. You might be the one that gets scared and the person behind you didn't get the best seat. And so there's certain experiences that we had with these houses to where we really got a good run. And then there was a few others, mostly towards the end of the night, where I definitely felt, me personally, like a lot of the people in front of me were getting all the best moments, and I was kind of just living vicariously through them. And we only had enough time to go through all these houses once, so that's just kind of the nature of the game. It would be the best if you could just walk through with just you and your party, but because there's so many people, they just can't do that. So even me trying to walk slower to put a good 10-15 feet between me and the person ahead of us, there's, you know, attendants all throughout the house is going, all right, come on, we got to go. So it's just the way that it is. There's so many people, they have to be able to accommodate everybody and get everybody in and out in a timely manner. And with that being said, most likely tomorrow, Thursday at the latest, I'm going to be doing a video where I talk about all 10 houses and I rank my experience with all 10 of them from worst to best. So look forward to that one if you enjoyed this one. Thank you guys for checking this out. Thank you so much to Universal Studios for providing us with the opportunity to check this out, which we otherwise would not have been able to this year. We had a very good time, and I hope to come back again. And with that being said, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Well, that's it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed that, I predominantly talk about movies on this channel, so please click over here for all of my 2023 new release reviews. And if you're a fan of The Last of Us, I'm going to put a playlist up here of all of my Last of Us coverage. Please like, share, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss everything in the future, including that haunted house ranking. And as always, remember, opinions are like assholes, but that doesn't mean you have to be.